What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video for those that know me, and for those that don't, my name is Fitzlight. Make sure you hit that like button, smash that subscribe button, and turn notifications on because every Thursday I drop a new video telling you another way or just more into detail to get you some more money. Now, this week we're going to talk about one of the bad sides about Turo, and it's not necessarily bad, it's a side that's really overlooked because Turo's market as being this passive income stream that all you have to do is list your car and you're going to have tons of people sign up to lease your car out and you have to do no work at all. It's just going to pay for itself. Unfortunately, that's not the case, and it does require some type of customer interaction and customer service. And that's what today's video is going to be about, how to interact with guests. Now, starting off, the first thing you want to do on Turo is learn how to automate your process, because the quicker you do that, the more time you're going to save yourself. And what I mean by that is saying, one, you need to create a message that you send everybody when they first sign up, or when they first, not when they first sign up, but when they first book your vehicle, so that you can send it to them, telling them the pickup instructions, what to do in case of an emergency, numbers to contact, etc. Just all the information that they'll need for booking your vehicle. This saves you time because you don't have to deal with them messaging you the day of asking, hey, where do I find the car at, or what do I need to do to get the car? It's just something that you already have in your notes section of your phone, copy, paste, boom, send it over to them, Bob's your uncle. Next thing you want to have in place is getting a drop-off method, or getting a drop-off system. So some people, it probably just put the car in the driver door, middle console. A lot of people just get a lockbox. Think about real estate when your realtor is showing you a house. They just type in a key, it opens up, it's a key inside, boom, and that's what they can do to get the car. It doesn't really matter what you do. Of course, make sure that it's secure, but overall, you want to make sure that it's something where you don't have to physically meet the guests, because you have to keep meeting guests, and eventually, it's going to become more of just a flowing business, and you don't want to have to be here to physically make that exchange. You want to get it to be as remote as possible, and if you can get it to a point where you can have someone come clean the car and get ready for the next booking, that's even better, because you want to kind of distance yourself to make it as passive as possible. Next, let's talk about some of the bad interaction that you may have to deal with guests, or some of the more uncomfortable conversations, or when you have to confront somebody. And a lot of times this is usually happens when a guest goes over miles. And this happened to me recently, 2 times in the same week. I don't know what's going on. It must be because it's the summertime. But what happened is, the guest brought it back. It was over about like 100, 200 miles. And let me actually, pull up the message. But you could do one or two things. You could let it slide. I don't recommend that, because let's say they go over 100 miles and you could charge 40 cents per mile. That's $40 that you just gave up. However, you could also say, hey, you went over miles. Of course, do this in a more polite but professional way. You don't have to be too polite, because you are telling them like you are going to pay for these miles. But usually, if you're upfront about it, and what I said to the person is like, hey, not a problem. Glad you enjoyed the ride. I just finished checking out of your reservation. You did go 300 miles over the allotted 800 miles. However, I'm only going to charge you for 100 miles because he left some cash in the car as well that was able to cover for a portion of it. Shows that he actually cared. But, if it wasn't for that, I would probably say, yeah, I'm going to charge you, 200, 250. I don't really want to say the exact amount, because you got to realize in these situations as well, this person has a chance to dispute, and if they dispute it, then Turo's going to have to investigate it. It's going to become a big ordeal, and it's really not going to be worth the money at that point. So I just find it best if a person does go over about 250 miles, just charge them 225. I'm like, hey, you know what? These 25 miles, I'm just going to let it slide. And they feel like they're kind of getting a deal as well, because they know they should be charged for more. They're more likely to pay it in a timely manner, and you don't have to kind of escalate the situation. That's just more of a kind of persuasion, negotiation 101 type tip. Another example might be, let's say a person brings your car back dirty, and this happens a lot, especially I'm in a lot of Turo Facebook groups, and I see, probably once a week at least, someone says, hey, someone brought my car back dirty. I have no idea what to do in this situation. I tried to get reimbursed. I charged them the $25 fee, and now they're fighting me on it because they're saying it's not dirty. And dirty is a very subjective thing, especially on a Turo platform. What you want to do, number one, is make sure you always take pictures of your vehicle. Do it up front. Take as many pictures as you can. You can never go wrong with taking, more pictures. The more the merrier. And this is helpful because in the situation where the person does want to dispute and they're saying, yeah, I actually didn't bring the car back dirty. The car was dirty when I got it, or it was just normal wear and tear. This is when you pull up the pictures and you say, yeah, my car didn't look like it went off-roading or something like that. And I'll actually post some of just like the experiences that I've seen in different Facebook groups right up here so you can all see as well. If this happens to you, definitely, charge that person for whatever the detail service might be. If you have to post a receipt, do that as well. But pictures are your friends. I'm actually just going to go through a few of more of the confrontational messages that I had to send customers, or, some of these are mine, some of these are not mine. It's just something that you should know what to deal with or how to deal with it in case you come across a situation. As you guys know, I do have a Jeep on the platform. Someone asked me, is it okay if I take the doors off the Jeep as well as the roof off the Jeep? And do I have the tools for it? Now, when you're starting out, especially on the platform, you might think, oh, I don't want to lose a booking. If I tell this person no, I might lose the booking. Guys, your car is your baby. Like, that is your asset. If something goes wrong with that, then you don't have any more bookings. So be upfront with the customer. Tell them in a professional way. I said, sorry, unfortunately, that is not allowed. I apologize for the inconvenience, and we were able to resolve the situation. All he actually wanted was just to be able to lower the top, make it more of a convertible, which is perfectly fine. Just as long as you aren't removing the doors and the top off my Jeep, because that's, I can foresee that going just in a terrible way and get my car back with only having 3 doors. Another situation is, and I recently, I hate delivering at this point because it's just such an inconvenience to me. So I just raised that delivery fee all the way up to $120. I don't recommend anyone to do this. It's just because I really hate delivering, and business has been so strong lately that I honestly don't have to. So I prefer not to, but if a person is willing to pay $120 for me to deliver it to the airport only, then, man, you know what? I think that'll be worth my time. But a person did ask for delivery, and they were like, could you be able to deliver it on these days? And I have it set up to where I have to approve if it is a delivery. And, I replied back, unfortunately, I'm not able to deliver on these on this time frame. And that's how it is. It's not really rocket science. It's just more so just be upfront, be professional, and tell him how it is, and he'll usually go over just fine. Not saying people won't fight you, but some people are just going to be ignorant. That's how it is. Okay, so this situation is not my personal situation, but someone in one of the Facebook groups got asked if it was okay for this person to travel to LA and then return the car back. I'm guessing this person didn't live in California. And, they said, no, sorry, due to the mileage, it's not worth for me or you, because every extra mile gets charged. And that's just something it's saying, like, yeah, you don't want to do that because I'm going to have to charge you extra for that. It probably won't make financial sense. And then at the same time, I don't want those extra miles on my car. It's something understandable that a person can say, yeah, I get that. I'll bring the car back tomorrow. It wasn't really a big situation. Now, every now and then you will get dumb questions. And just because you get a dumb question, you shouldn't answer it in a disrespectful or unprofessional way. Remember that this is still a business and you should still operate as such. So this person asks, do I return the car on a full tank? And this is not me, by the way, because as you guys know, I'm always professional. But a person actually, I return the car back on a full tank, and this other host kind of replied with a question mark. I don't recommend you do that. The person said gas, and then the person replied like serious question, or are you just joking? Obviously, the person's being serious if they messaged it in the platform. So I really don't, as a host, like a host talking to another host, I don't recommend you guys do that at all. But it was also a dumb question too. And the person was like, I was asking because I can't find the return policy. And then the host replied back, well, if you think your car can be returned without gas, just do as you feel. Because if the person does return the car without gas, and then you decide to charge that person extra, they're going to dispute that because they're going to say, I asked you if I should return the car with gas, and you responded in a rude way. And then if Turo has to investigate and they see that in your message thread, of course they're going to take the customer's side because the customer is always right and they're not trying to lose out on that business. So don't make it don't make it hard on yourself by being unprofessional when it's something as simple as saying, yes, please fill up the tank. Don't make it, it's not rocket science, guys. So don't go out of your way to be unprofessional or to be rude. Now, this is another funny situation where the person asks if it was a stick shift or if the car is a manual. And the car isn't either, a stick shift or manual, it was an automatic. And the person said, what does that exactly mean? I Googled it online. I'm still not sure. Do I need to have prior experience with driving an automatic? I'm used to changing the gears myself in the drive park and reverse along with the brakes. Now, fortunately, this host took it in a more professional way because there are so many different avenues that you could take that one, guys. Like, honestly, it will require all of my constraint to be able to answer that in a professional tone because I'll be like, I'm sure you've driven, if you can drive a stick shift or you can drive a manual, then you can drive an automatic. And if you've ever driven a car before, it has to be one of the two, unless we're talking about something from 1920 and you had a horse in the front of it. The person replied back, yes, that's automatic. Stick shift is when you shift the gears, kind of informing the person, yep, this is what a stick shift is, this is what an automatic is. Be professional. It'll usually work itself out. Sometimes you do have to hold a client's hand, or you might have a person that's a little bit more high maintenance, and you will run into a high maintenance guest every now and then. They can be the worst because they're going to reply and they're going to keep replying. And Turo does count how long it takes you to reply to some messages, so you don't want to reply back too late. But sometimes it just gets ridiculous where a person will start asking like, why isn't the AC working? And then you kind of reply back, well, did you turn the AC on? And then they say, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't realize it was off. Just dumb stuff like that. You will get hit with those type of questions. And if you ever worked in fast food or you ever dealt with anything where it was customer facing, just put a smile on your face. Be glad that you're taking their money. And yeah, just be glad you're taking their money. Now, this is a big situation. So Hire Car is another service that's like Turo, but it allows people that do Lyft or that do Uber to be able to rent out a car to do Lyft, Uber, or DoorDash, or just one of the delivery services. And the person said, would you be interested in a contract outside of Hire Car? So this doesn't really have to apply to Hire Car. This could be a Turo type situation as well, where a person will ask, hey, would you be interested in me renting this car long term outside of Turo? I would, pay you an extra I understand that Turo doesn't give you the full cash. They also charge me an extra fee. And, you can look at my ID and we can sign a contract outside of the platform. No, I can see that going wrong in so many different ways. If someone asks to rent your car outside of the platform, guys, you are setting yourself up for so much liability. The one thing that, at least if it goes with Turo, something does go wrong, you have a company that you can go after. You sign up with an individual, this individual disappears on you, now what? Now you're just dealing with the local authority trying to find your car. They probably don't care about it. And now you're stuck without a car. Turo's not going to care because you went outside the platform. They might even ban you from it because you didn't follow the terms of service. And now you're stuck without having a income stream to make up for the lost car that just got stolen or whatever may just happen. So these were just a few different scenarios or a few interactions with guests where you can see that it's just better to be professional than be unprofessional. I can understand that the urge to kind of put someone in their place or to call out stupidity, it can be strong, but with great power comes great responsibility, guys. And you have to just think what's best for the platform, what's best for the brand, and what's best for your reputation. So until the next video I make, guys, or the next video you watch, catch flight. See you next Thursday.
Where do we go from? Where do we go from here? No one can save us.